Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. So, someone on the channel asked me to share a video or do a video that tells you signs that you have a spell on you. That someone has casted a spell on you. So I'm going to give you some signs, some you probably never even heard of, but they are true. So one of the main signs that someone has put a spell on you is if you keep feeling random electricity in your body. So let's say you know you're in perfect health. You know that you take care of yourself. You got a clean bill of health and everything's good. But you keep feeling like you got struck by mini lightning, like little lightning bolts in your body. You have a spell on you. See, spells are full of strong, overabundant energy that is forced upon someone. So when it's forced upon you so much, it feels like electricity, especially when it's coming from dark energy. Somebody who is dark, somebody who is doing the spell on you or have done it on you because of a dark reason, a shadow reason. And I'm speaking of shadowness when I say dark. So you may feel it subtly in your heart chakra. You may feel it like subtly in your back. And usually that's somebody who is fake putting a spell on you. Somebody that smile on your face and talk behind your back. So behind your back, they sneak and do spells on you. It could be somebody that's doing spells on you in the next room, but when you come out, they act like they like you. So those spells often tend to attack the back of your body and different parts from the back. Also, if you feel like every time you go to use your psychic powers or you tend to meditate, all of a sudden it feel like your head got electricity in your head, like you're getting like scratched. So you may feel like little scratches. That is spell work. All right. Let's say there's a part of your body you take care of the same all the time. This is sign number 2. You take care of this part of your body the same all the time, and it always turn out good. It's lovely. You got it going on. Like, you know it's banging. You know when a part of your body is off the chain. You know when you going in on it, and suddenly it's having problems. Though you know you're doing the same routine. You know you ain't changed nothing. That's a spell on you. Now, often that's somebody that's jealous of you. Somebody that knows that that part of your body got it going on and that you go hard in taking care of it. So it's somebody that be watching you too close up. It could be a best friend that put that spell on you, a jealous best friend. Or it could be a jealous sibling or a jealous coworker. All right? So another sign that you have a spell on you is when you're very smart financially and then suddenly you're just messing with your money and you can't even explain why. You just keep hearing this voice say spin, 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 spin. If you keep hearing a voice that keeps trying to make you spend money and you know you was not hearing that voice before, that's a spell. Somebody is setting a verbal spell. Yes, there is voice spells. There is spells that someone can speak and let that speaky whisper voice come to you and keep trying to chant you into doing something that you normally wouldn't do. And it's trying to push you to do something and get you in a bad situation. So always be suspicious of suddenly making a bunch of bad financial decisions out of nowhere. And you know that's not normally you. You know you've been smart with your financial decisions and suddenly you just waste the money all over the place and giving money for free and losing money and not managing your money and you can't explain why. That's a spell on you. And it is a dirty spell. Somebody put that spell on you. That's somebody that want you to go through a lot. That's somebody that don't like you at all. And they have decided to try to destroy your life by sending one of the worst spells to you. So the third sign that there's a spell on you is when you keep on feeling like somebody's doing something to your body in your sleep. Like somebody's sitting on you, somebody like messing with your body, or you just can't sleep at night. You keep having nightmares every night, like nightmares for like weeks straight, like even just like a week straight. And these nightmares is like really bad. And then you wake up and you feel like somebody beat you up. That's a spell. Somebody put a spell on you. Another sign that you got a spell on you is you can never quench your thirst, although you know you don't have a health problem that would cause it. So let's say like you could drink all this water, but like you're still thirsty and you're like always thirsty. That could be a spell. Let me explain. Spell work, when it's from the shadow place, it can be very dry. It can be bitter. It can be like dry, old, dusty type stuff. So when that spell is put on you, it's dusty. It's not watery. It's not of the light. So it's going to make you dry. You may notice that you keep on going dry. No, it doesn't matter. You cannot stay dry. And if you ever look at a narcissist, when they have been a narcissist for a long time, they look dried up because they're constantly doing shadow spells, pulling energy from dry places, which is, you know where that is, like the real dry, real bitter places. That's where a lot of negativity is at, where a lot of loss and despair. So they pull energy from there so that they can put that loss and despair spell on you. So that's why they be dried up. So when you receive that spell, you will get dried up. And you can't explain why you cannot stop being dry. At some point, your mouth may feel like, literally, like old dry library books, like them old dried up books that you see sitting up in the thrift store. Your mouth will be that dry as those books. And you will be like, this is ridiculous dry. This is like some dinosaur fossil fuel bone dry. Like, that's how you'll feel. Like your mouth, your whole body will start to feel like a fossil. That's how dry you will be. Like some old land fossil that was dug up in out somewhere in some old land where nobody has lived for a long time. That's how dry you will be. I've been there and done that. All right. I had that kind of spell put on me. There are spells that just want you to feel a certain way as well, to block you from manifesting. So if you feel so dry, somebody's trying to keep you from manifesting. So that's a spell. So another sign that there's a spell on you is if you just suddenly angry all the time, like you cannot calm down, you raging at everybody, you losing control, you on the edge, and you know that's not you. Like, you know, you're like a pretty calm, chill, you're mostly an introvert, or you're very nice and you're about solutions, but suddenly you're just in a cycle of toxicity. Like you're becoming a toxic person, like you are argumentative, and you just can't seem to be nice. You're mad at the world all the time. All the time. You're mad. That is a spell on you. And that's often a narcissist that put that spell on you. Somebody you was dealing with might have been a hardcore narcissist. And they so much of their energy to you, they put a spell on you. And it got you acting like the worst version of them. The version of them that you don't even see. You think you see, but you don't see when you ain't around them. They angry, argumentative, out of control. They arguing with nothing. Narcissists will argue with everything in their house and ain't nobody there. So that is definitely a spell on you. Here's another sign. If you keep breaking stuff and you breaking valuable stuff, you losing valuable stuff all the time. You're losing and breaking your favorite stuff. Especially stuff when you need it right away. All of a sudden you break it and you keep doing this. A spell on you. That's a spell on you. Another sign that there's a spell on you is every time you get something new that you know you worked hard for, that you need, something happened to it. That's a spell. That was happening to me. And that's definitely somebody that has been jealous of you for a very long time. Somebody probably pocket watching you too. All right, so another sign that someone has a spell on you is your pet suddenly turning against you. Your pets are treating you like you are a robber or you are an intruder in the house. They is looking at you like, who are you? They might be doing their heads like this, like, who are you? See, animals can see spirits and they can feel when your vibration ain't right, when there's something too shadowy about it, and they will literally react. So if your pet suddenly don't want to sleep with you at night, suddenly side-eye you, because my cat Hans will side-eye you, like if he don't know you and your energy ain't right and you pick him up, he will do like this, like, who do you think you are picking me up? My cat Hansi will do that to you. Because he has the spirit of discernment, my cat Hansi. And he's in a funny mood. He's in a funny mood because somebody tried to put a spell on me in the last 30 days. So he has been checking it on me. He keeps coming in, checking in and stuff. But anyway, yeah, if your pets act like they don't know you suddenly, or they straight up just outright despise you out of nowhere, somebody then put something in the energy field around you, and it's a spell. And your animals are sensitive to it. See, they go by energy. Always. Animals always go by energy. Okay, so, and you know, spell work does affect your energy. I just want to mention that. It does. It does. It can literally make your energy be like an emotional roller coaster. So that's another thing. If you keep having high lows, high lows, high lows, high lows, high lows, and you know the things is working out. You're getting money, you're looking good, you're keeping it together, you're solo, and you're doing pretty good, but yeah, you keep on having a bunch of high lows, high and lows. Somebody could be sending a spell on you that has something that brings you down. You might not got the information of the spell, but they sent the feeling to it to you. So somebody's playing with your emotions with a certain spell that does that. Somebody's trying to keep you stuck. That's why they put a spell on you, to keep you emotionally unstable. Because when you real emotionally unstable, you don't grind like you messy and you stuck. Like you might get stagnant and be trapped and all that kind of stuff. Feel trapped and just be sitting there crying all the time and then angry, and then all that time gets wasted and you just stuck. So if somebody's trying to get you stuck, make you waste your own time, plus block you from achieving a goal. That's why somebody put a spell on you, to affect your emotional balance. That could be somebody who actually is familiar with how disciplined you are, or how grounded you are. So they say, oh, I'm going to put a spell on you to mess with your groundedness so you're messy. So that leads me to the next sign that someone put a spell on you. You just can't seem to be clean. Remember that the shadow spells is foul, funky, out of this world, just out of this world foul. So if you keep on being foul, you just can't, you can't get y'all something, your energy can't get up to wash up, or you keep forgetting to take care of yourself, or your house is just always trash. Just even if you live in an old house, you just seem like you can't take care of it. Somebody put a spell on you. And that spell is a popular spell, because people who are from the shadow place, they know if they can hurt your environment, if they can get you to hurt your environment by neglecting it and then neglecting yourself, they messing things up for you. They know they are. They know that you're probably not manifesting at all. So that's somebody that want the worst to happen to you. That's somebody who might have been seeing how blessed you are, and they got so jealous that they put the spell of messy, foul, and neglect upon you. And that's one of the worst spells. Sometimes you might got to leave the location altogether for a while to get that spell to wear off and go away. Or you might actually have to change your routine and lifestyle and go on a different schedule or different routine so that the spell is not in alignment with the spellcaster's awareness of your life. All right? I hope you understand that part. Yeah, so often when people put a spell on you to be neglectful and messy and foul and funky and out of this world, just neglectful, those people have gotten to know you. They know your routine. They know your life. So usually that's somebody that knows you who put that spell on you. So another sign that someone has put a spell on you is if you keep getting blocked from opportunities. Now, people love to say, oh, that could be your karma. No, sometimes that's a spell. That's a spell. Often it's a spell. When you know you doing good, being kind, you selfless, and you grinding, and you doing good out here. But every time you go to an opportunity, the opportunity will switch up and suddenly don't be given to you. And you keep getting this. The door to opportunities keep shutting in your face right after they open. You might get, you might be getting blocked everywhere you go for no reason, and you cannot trace nothing that you've done. That is a spell on you. And it is somebody that been keeping track of your life. That is sad to say, but sometimes it's a family member who put that spell on you. That kind of spell, where all the opportunities keep falling off, and as soon as you got the opportunity, the person with the opportunity take it back or change their mind, or the door shut to the opportunity. Yes, that's often a family member, somebody that might live with you, somebody that's been able to watch your life so closely, and they know just how good you are at getting opportunities to stay. So that person is like out to block you altogether. So that's a pretty bad spell. So another sign that there is a spell on you is if every time you come up with ideas, they go away just like that. Go away just like that. You wasn't doing nothing, but as soon as the idea comes, it's gone. You just cannot get ideas. Like, ideas is always leaving you quick, and you just won't get inspired. Nothing you do will inspire you. Somebody put a spell on you. I had that spell on me for about 2 years. You know what it took? I had to change my life. I had to stop going around a certain person, and it was that person. It was somebody I thought that was working with me on a project, and she was the one putting spells on me. I had to keep eliminating people because that spell would not leave me alone. The creative block spell would not stop leaving me alone. It would not leave me alone. It just kept on getting stronger every time I thought I got rid of it. Every time I fasted, purged, whatever, meditated, whatever. It took for me to just start eliminating people. And then it was when I eliminated this one girl, all of a sudden, inspiration and ideas came in. But I had to block her every which way. And I noticed she was refusing to be blocked. I later on found out that she was faking like she was me, and she had stolen some of my content. Yeah, stolen some of my work. So she was stealing from me, plus putting a creative block spell on me. This is a true story, y'all. So these are some signs that there is a spell on you. Another sign that there's a spell on you, now this is a very weird one, is when it seems like everywhere you go, you just hate it. Although you kind, you nice, you helping people, but people just keep on being hateful to you. I'm going to tell you, often, somebody who put that spell on you is somebody you was in a relationship with. It could be an ex-boyfriend or an ex-girlfriend. And they've been praying for you to not have nobody. They've been saying, I hope you don't meet nobody. I hope nobody like you. I hope you alone. And that's all spell work. So somebody is saying that, and that's why every time you go to meet somebody, they're not interested. Or if you try to make a date, the person cancels the date. Or if you go try to be friends with somebody turn on you. Everybody seems like they just can't stand you for no reason, and you cannot find a reason. That's a spell on you. All right? So I did this video by request. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Thanks for watching. Bye.